I'm laying down in bed for this one because I don't feel like sitting in a chair, especially trying to make my videos presentable. I don't like to talk like that. I don't like to be fake. It's uncomfortable, and I want to lay down because like I have to rest for a lot of these. It takes a lot more energy just to say the truth. It gets. I think that really is where the wise mystic or like the consultant guy always seems lazy or weird. It takes a lot of energy, you know, a lot of energy to, you know, not to fake it, not to do all this energy just for the things to happen because the right things are gonna happen. It's gonna be the way that it is, and to make it dress it up and try to play it for views or to even you know, inevitable is going to be inevitable. No matter how it looks, it will be. And instead of trying to force it, trying to make it dress it up to be nice, trying to you know be happy with it, just accepting it for whatever it is. That's all you can do. Run from it, praise it, fear it. It all happens the same. That's the truth. That is the truth. And I think that obviously those before me have came to the same conclusions. And those after me, if such, will then come to the same conclusion. Like, I think that the reason why I came to Australia as is a good thing, but it made me feel terrible. I've been sick the entire time, and it's because a lot of things have been healing. I've been sick for a long time, swallowing lies and just being okay with it, acting like I was okay when I wasn't, acting like I was entertained when I wasn't, acting like the things that bothered me didn't bore me, knowing what I needed to fix and knowing why I didn't fix them for so long. Because like once I fixed them, I had nothing else to do. Like I fixed everything that I was able to fix. Everything that I said was my role to fix. Like I could fix other people's stuff, but then people would become overly reliant on me, and then I had to fix everything else. I had to ignore like the realities of what it's become, and I started throwing up all the lies and the issues, and just like being like I'm not okay. My body hurts. It needs to heal. And saying, oh man, I just need a massage. Well, I can't afford a massage because it's so expensive. Like something I'm like I wouldn't mind paying. Just like why like that's all I really want to fix my body. But if I fix my body, fix my mind, fix all these things, then when I have nothing else to fix, I'll go work on someone else. But I can't. So it's like this trip has made me, recognize like I need to fix these things of myself, and actually point out why I can't do it. And it's and like once I've done it, I recognize like, okay, so how do I get to the place of being able to fix myself? That's a more difficult thing. It's patience. I don't know if saying this is the smartest thing, but I hope so. It's patience. I want, like, I'm not going to be able to, in the next few years, be able to solve all those issues, not instantaneously. some people aren't ready to, handle the truth. Some people aren't ready right now. And I can't rush them into being ready, even though I really want them to be ready. I don't see most people as malicious, but like children, I don't believe that they're malicious. Like they lie because they're malicious. I think they're growing. And some people grow slower than others. And I think that white people are a bit of the same, just like children. Like, oh, you haven't gotten there yet? You didn't understand like inequality like this? You're not affected in this way? Oh, geez. Like, there's a point where you just get mad, like, oh man, you should already be here. But then the older you get, it's like, man, I know I'm mad at them, but like I think it was just because people were mad at me for not understanding, and now it's like my turn to, sit there and give them a sass and whatever. It's just, I think it's like I have anger, and I think it's to put it in the righteous way, to be like, yeah, I am upset about you not knowing these things. It does bother me, but I'm also trying to like be helpful. That's what it is. I'm actually genuinely trying to be helpful. Like I get angry because like I wanted help myself, but I don't know how to accept help. Or maybe I'm capable of doing it on my own. I just want to know that someone's there. Honestly, I've just been regurgitating all the lies that have been fed to me over the years, and it hurts because it's like it hurts your stomach, and you're just like letting your muscles relax finally, and just like you realize, oh man, my muscles are kind of stiff over here because like it's been in that position for so long. You've sat on your own hands until they went numb, and then you expect that your hands are just gonna come back to normal, come back to life. You gotta recognize, like I recognize that not only have I been sitting like this for so long, I've been in this position for so long, but my body probably grew to that's where it's like now, that it's not even comfortable even in the right position or a position that wouldn't cause it pain. Like I might have to get surgery for this. Like it might not just heal naturally on its own, or it could, but maybe it'll be like 10 years of pain before it ever starts to feel good. Or maybe it's just got to weather the storm a lot longer. Something else is taking the precedence. That's really what it is. And I guess I do this in a way to like to still say the truth without having to do all of the over glamorization, the same things I like criticize other people of doing. They make works that are interesting, that are they have a pristine beat and pace, and it's nice and it's pretty, but then it often loses the point of like a long scheduled conversation. One of the worst things is it's just like it feels so overly prepared that it becomes a bit uninteresting, you know, or you don't feel like you qualify, or like you're listening to regurgitate, not listening to actually learn. Kind of like if I wore a suit, cut my hair, and looked presentable, would you still even listen to what I'm saying? Like you would say, "Oh, that suit looks weird on you. It looks like you're gonna sell bean pies." Like, so what's the point of me wearing a bow tie or Congress tie or whatever? Because it's associated with like all this bad things. I'd rather just like say the truth and just be comfortable, because if whoever is gonna ignore me was already gonna ignore me, and those who would listen to me would already listen to me. And maybe there would be like someone that humors it and just wants to talk about me, and at least talk about me in my natural state so I can hear something at least a bit amusing. You know, like I don't even mind the bit of insults as long as they're creative. You know, they actually say what I am and who I am and what I'm like. But you know, most of the people like at least the very least people will understand me and be like, yeah, you would too if you're in the situation. Like that's what I did. I didn't present myself as something else. I didn't go, oh, look at me. I was in pain all the time, and every day was something ridiculous. Like at least they'll laugh at me and be like, Russell's philosophy. Sleep in bed and just philosophy, and then just like, you know, it was weird. It was like Simone de Beauvoir, one of my, like, I had a few fun and interesting philosophers that I liked to watch, but everyone has their quirks. Everyone's kind of weird. Like I just like pointing out like that's their weirdness. Like, it's funny when you kind of boil them down. I don't know, Simone de Beauvoir was like every rich white woman. Like, and she's smart, but she's also like rich and white. So it's like she pointed out the bad thing that doesn't quite like hit her all the way. It's like you kind of putting yourself in the line of fire more than you actually were. Like, yeah, I'm not saying that you're not a target, but I'm saying that you could have wrote it out and just not. You know, productive, sure, but not quite sure you would have been the worst of it. You got a lot of things that were going your way. Correct, but you know, but you could say like, hey, you know, sleeping around, sleeping with others, weird sexual stuff. I guess it was like, and then like a lot of black philosophers, or even philosophers. Like I wouldn't even coin them as philosophers. I'd be like, is the philosophy of fighting for your life? Like you'd be like, I'm about to die, like, and I don't want to die. Good philosophy. You know, like you got to give them like political activist, philosopher, scientist, doctor. like what are all these titles? Who are giving the like? Is it the honorary philosopher award? Would they even coin themselves a philosopher? Like you invited them to the philosophy meet, and wouldn't even let them say everything that they want to say. Yeah, the board doesn't agree with that philosophy, so you're not a philosopher. If I said white people are dangerous, that's that's not a good philosophy right there. Like, hey, don't trust the majority of white people. For one reason or another, that's not a good philosophy. Oh, it just distinguishes. I'm not saying that out of hate. I'm saying that it's a historical fact. Pro or con. I'm just saying, like it's strange. It's like not trying to be divisive. If divisive is what I am, then I guess I am. I don't know. It becomes way too serious where I can't like actually say anything that seems like it won't lead to my career falling into like controversy. So I'm like trying to be proactive. Like once I get into some sort of controversy, I could be like, yeah, here's my controversy. At least I looked at least halfway decent in it. At least it made me feel better. Like I don't have to like why bury it. Like I think there are plenty of controversy I have, like things I'll be open with, like release valves. But like I don't know. I feel like so many controversies are not they're controversial, but they're praised. Like, oh man, he was controversial. He's saying what no one else would say. Like Dave Chappelle was not controversial, or like he was controversial, but it wasn't right because he was controversial. It was just controversial. Like he just had transphobia, and then like people were like, yeah, because they were transphobic too. Like it was a world filled like people wanted to say everyone was great and morally right, and there were a lot of good people. Like I said, there was a lot of bad people. There were more bad people than there were good. That's why things are bad. Simple math. Like why is everyone so transphobic and accepting of trans? Because like being indifferent is a choice. If you're not in this realm, you're not picking, so you're automatically just like if you want to go with the whole voting thing, if you didn't vote for this, and you didn't vote for that, whoever whoever like would cheat the best would get picked. I don't know. I'm trying to use the Democratic thing where it's like if you don't vote, you're bad because your vote didn't count. So who you would actually want doesn't exist, or who you would have preferred, or whatever. BS. You know how like they make voting sound like the greatest thing. Like it gives you the power of God. Vote. That's the Obama like, comes out here. It's like vote. Like Obama, they've been abusing me, and I'm tired. Like both sides now vote blue. Like what? Huh? Why are you? Huh? Like you don't like to be abused. They don't like to be called out for abusing you. I think both of those are problems. Thanks, Obama. Thank you. You've done great. you cured all of my ailments. Summon Obama. uh, I see all of it just to laugh at it. It's just like what is the point of I know I'm not gonna get into it. Yeah, I don't make these things great or grand because I feel like they're not that great and grand. I think that sometimes watching a YouTube video makes you feel all powerful, like you're like, I feel stronger. I feel better than what I once was. And the truth of it is that it's not. You're not doing anything. You're informed, and like you're only informed of just this perspective, and it's great. Now you can think about it a little bit more, but like, are you? What's the end goal? Like now that you're informed about something, I think that so many people get those like, again, everything that you would see, like internet wise, the TikTokers, the influencers, they're getting paid to say whatever they're saying. If you see someone with 1 million views, instantly you're like, they have an incentive not to say certain words. Like they can't be like, man, fuck. like when they get mad, they selectively cuss. Like it's weird. Like they're like, that's what they pushed me to say. I say fuck all the time. Like oh, wow, he swore. The ad revenue is going to be mad. He took a hit this one time. Like it's a strategic strategy. It's like literally strategic. Like now this one's the serious one. It's like, like today I'm getting serious. People are dying. Like they weren't dying the other 10 times in the videos after this. You know what I'm gonna do to defeat it? Pointing out the hypocrisy, making jokes that point this, donating this video's funds instead of like all the rest of my videos funds for the rest of the thing to this. I don't know. It's like so great, man. You're you know, you're not platforming like new people. You're platforming the same people. Like, go speak to my friend, who my friend that will not challenge or change anything or show any new different perspective, that will say the same exact thing that I'm saying right now, but is also that race. Great. Why? Like now I have just like an echo chamber. Like what am I supposed to do with this? Like why even go with someone that you know is like, this is exactly the same person. Like, you're not even saying, hey, this is a platform that I don't necessarily agree with, and like we don't get along, but this is something that like would say these are the different points, or different content creators that would say vastly different points and views in a good way. Like, because I say, I guess allergies still. My problem isn't that it's like people championing the opposite of them. It's like you can say what's your other argument, but it's like it doesn't point the other views. It just says, hey, this is the enemy, or this is the person that speaks bad about me. If this is left, then this is right, and there's only two sides to this. And then they'll say, it's not two sides to this, but you only see the two sides of this. It's like saying that there's more sides to this, and then being like, it just makes this, so the center is the answer. And like, the problem is, they won't even be the center of it. Like they won't even be like, I'm on the far and you're this far and this far. It's like someone being like more on the extreme fringes of one, and the other on the most extreme fringes, just on the opposite end. They're like the lightest that they can be. So they're extreme on the fringe of like, they're the, instead of being the most extreme, they're the least that you can call yourself being extreme. If that makes sense. Hopefully, I don't know. It's just, and barely even that. Like they're mislabeling themselves. Like they're like, oh man, I'm part of the left. It's like, no, dude, you're a centrist. You're a centrist that calls yourself liberal. You're a centrist that follows the same ways that, like, the Democratic Party. Democratic Party is just like a light blue, like a tinge of just like, we got a couple black people in a Middle Eastern guy. We got a couple Hispanic guys. We're different. I don't know. It's not that extreme. Like, I don't know why it's like taking that serious. Like, wow, still a group of white people just like, out of all the Democratic parties, like it's making it sound like we're the party of change and progressives and like, come on, guys, let's like, don't flatter yourself this much. Like you're so great, and then only when it's like a politician that's already in the fringes that actually says this, and then they're like, haha, we're gonna make fun of ourselves. They say this, and then they're like, okay, they said it, so it's okay. Why can't I say it? why can't I say it? And it's okay, whatever. And see, that's why I don't want to be in the realm of politics like that. It's not because there's not money or it's not interesting. It's just like, I don't know. I just don't feel like partying that way. I don't feel like playing the game. I don't feel like playing that game. It's just like it's boring, man. It's just like I already know how this is going I know what people want to play. They just want like an easy way to feel good about themselves, even though they're bad people. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. A lot of people are just bad people. You're not indifferent. You picked a side. You just refuse to say what side you picked. It's like when everyone's playing like heads up, 7 up, and then they got touched, and then they looked at someone's shoes and they want to act like they didn't cheat. You cheated. Like I get it. You know, you didn't want to play the game. You really wanted to win. You just needed that win. I was like, I really needed that win. Sometimes you don't need that win, but like, uh, I sit there, I want to play a game, just like toss around the hypocrisies of the Democratic Party because they'll sit there all day. I'm just tired of influencers being like the key. Like I don't know why I care. No, I don't like. I care, but I don't care that deep about like some influencers. And I don't care about like about the people that are following them that deeply. Like people are like, oh man, did you hear about this? We're like, yeah, and it's like, wow, this is terrible. Like influencers tell you the news, but also tell you what emotion to feel with the news. And then be like, then want to sell you something or a shop or like sponsor something and get some deals. Like they're just still trying to be marketable. Like how can you fight against, you know, capitalism and like the effects of capitalism while also trying to still monetize yourself? It's like, oh, I have to spread these words around. I have to. Do you? Do you? Like it keeps getting played like you have to spread these words around. Like you specifically are the voice. I'm like, if I could just watch CNN and be like, and that's where you got the news. Just tell me where you got your articles from. It's like, oh yeah, those articles that were gonna be there, that were always gonna stay there. So no, but I'm regurgitating it, cutting it down, so people can understand it quicker. It sounds like the road to hell is paved with good intentions. It's like that's great and all, but don't you see how ineffective it really has been? Like it's effective for a few, but like you're grown too big, and the quality of work has really changed to, you know, now you have to be marketable. There was a line that you shouldn't have crossed because like now you should just employ people to just read it. Like no, I do tell people to go read it themselves, but they're not, because you're clearly telling people to go read it yourself while also giving them what they were doing to not read it themselves. It's like putting don't smoke cigarettes on a carton of cigarettes. Like you really think that's the that's what's gonna be like? Don't smoke cigarettes. You're right. Like you know what I've seen. I played the lottery a long time. They say if you're addicted to gambling, here's the self reveal. You're addicted to gambling. If you committed a crime, here's the go to jail button. Like what? Are you like I think that given so much credit for being self-diagnosing, it's like we're in this situation because like we can't go to an expert because we've been too self-reliant. Like if I wanted to be an expert on diagnosing myself and my illnesses, I why would I respect any medical professional? Why would I respect any doctor if like I'm the one that has to treat and care for my own like illnesses every time by myself? That's the problem that we've gained because like we don't constantly hear doctors and we're not able to see them to understand like just how, whoa, you actually know what you're talking about. Clearly, I'm I'm not the person to be. I shouldn't just rely on my word myself. I see a doctor enough to know that they know what they're talking about. Like I get treated for the small stuff enough to know, like, hey, their remedy worked. Okay, I can follow their advice. And they'll be like, yeah, you actually did come up with a good solution. These were my problems. These were the things that I tried to solve. And they'll be like, oh, that's actually good. But this might actually benefit you more. Okay, great. Thank you. And just go out. I see a dentist enough to be like, oh, yeah, I need to take care of my teeth better. Before, people could be like, oh, my teeth are fine. They're still in my face. Whatever. They look white until you go, and then you're like, oh. And then it cures a pain, and then you realize, like, you have to go to a dentist you got to humble yourself to learn, and then, look at yourself and be like, yeah, I have learned, and the Dunning-Kruger effect and the imposter syndrome and blah, blah, blah. That's the only way to work. But, like, so many people get famous so quick, and they never grow. That's really where the influencers really go. Like, I don't even know what's the philosophical name that I really should go with. That's why I just always use my name. And it's like, I don't want to, like, use my government name, as well as I don't want to use a name that's so ridiculous that I kind of outgrow. Because, like, I don't want to be, held to a gimmick. Like, oh, the napping philosopher. So now every day I got to be in bed and just, like, this is the philosophy. Because sometimes I'm not in bed. Sometimes I'm, like, outside. Like, that's the problem with influencers. It's just, like, trying to market and just, like, be so simplistic and then make it the one thing. And it makes the one thing that you enjoy a task. It's, like, I don't know. It's just, like, always making everything a gimmick. Like, dang, y'all don't got no personality. Like, you want the gaming philosophy where we play games and we also say philosophy. I'm like that's interesting. That's an interesting thing to do. But sometimes, like, what happens when I just want to listen to some philosophy without the games? It's like, I guess, like, what it has is, like, you're always fighting for, like, all the spaces to maintain attention. Like, you want a gaming channel, well, also you want to do what you originally was there for, and then you want, like, a makeup tutorial, and you got to do a OnlyFans, and it's like Walmart. Everything turns into Walmart, essentially. Like, one-stop shop. Like, dang, I like going to different stores. Sometimes I like going to different stores because it's like, I'll be bored. I'll be like, man, this place don't got this one specific item. Time to go to this other store. Oh, man, I like this layout. Like, sometimes I just like walking to Target, Walmart, Jewels, Home Depot, all in the same day. Maybe just buy one thing because, I'm black. You can't go into stores without buying at least one thing. But seriously, just why? I could have bought all that stuff at Walmart. But you know why? Because, like, I just get tired of just going to one spot. Like, I like that Australia has, like, multiple just one things. It just, yeah, it sucks sometimes where it's, like, convenience wise, but, like, other times it's like, let's just see what they got over here. All it to really just be said, it just ruined it. Like simplicity is great, but, like, influencers just show what happens when people are just comfortable. Like, there's no level of just, like, uncomfortable ability, and it's like you're going to be uncomfortable in some way. Like, you're gonna be choppy some way, but it's just, like, over processed, too much perfection. Or perceived perfection. This is perfect. You didn't stutter, great lighting, the conversation flowed perfectly. Because, like, it doesn't present a high bar. It just says this is the bar that everyone has to go. This is the standard. And it's like, that's great. But anyone that goes under this is not like they're working on themselves. Like they're working to become this instead of just like already being good at what they do. They just don't want to do all that. I don't want to, like, I could go and edit these videos. I could be better at it. And it's like, yeah, maybe I want to do that one day just to see how it feels. But it says, no, that's the point that you have to be. I don't want to do all that. And then you'll see like the counterculture where it's like everyone's like on live and they're talking trash and they're cussing and it's like, and sometimes you'll see something like funny, but it's like the Tubi. It'd be like, but it's just like, I don't know. It's like I don't want the opposite just to be like totally crass and raunchy and just like with no like structure, like nothing to really like present itself. It's like, what's a positive way to like meet the requirements? Like, what's a way to say like, hey, anyone could do this. Here's the actual requirements, and this is a way to become famous without, or become relatively like trendy without having to do far too many things. Like you gotta sell your soul and all this. Like the whole game is to market yourself. Like if you're gonna create new markets, you gotta be the first one, or you gotta be like outside or say something that's like different, not in the same realms. Like people that say like, oh, you're doing something different. No, you're just providing the same gimmick in a different platform or a different way. Me, I don't want to do all that. Like I don't want to be coined one type of personality. I don't want to be like, hey guys, and I gotta keep with the same hairstyle or a certain look or the mustached Mysterio or cooking with Gronk. I don't know. It's just like it's same, but it's like I guess it just throws you into kind of a sense of madness. Like, dang, all of this is so uncreative. Or even the way of like coolness. Like, oh man, there's an edit. And it's like some quotes in some of the edits that I seen when I was on TikTok. I got off of it. I just don't like it. It's lame. It's like they'll be like picking out the worst quotes. I'm like, this ain't no philosophical bar. Or they'll pick characters that I don't even know. Like maybe I'm getting old, but I'm like, who are these people? Like, were they really in a good anime? It's like, and I'll watch the anime and be like, it didn't even cook. Y'all putting who's ever trendy, whatever is new. Like the reason why the OGs got what they were, yes, because they were the first to do it, and a lot of people watched them. But now, instead of just letting people actually cook, instead of just like giving them like, hey, you know what, we watching you, you got your potential. They just keep trying to like reuse the same names instead of making new titles, putting new bars that might take them long. Like just be patient, let them cook. You know? They just expect instant gratification. Like, who's the new big three? And you see like who it is. You be like, that's the new big three. That's who you putting. Oh man, no, this person should be the new big three. No, this was. Like, I don't know. No, I do know. I do know. It sucks. It's not good. Anime sucks now because like everyone keep trying to make things greater than they actually are, to keep it going, to say like, man, you didn't we keep going on this trend. It's still going up. Like, bro, it's cool to just say we don't got nothing going on right now. Not everything's a clip. Like not everything gonna hit. It's like saying who's the next king of the school, who's the next high school king, like who's gonna take over for, like, and that's the reason why things is lame, because like people can't just be cool and just develop into be like, hey, they just cool like that. Like they gotta be following in someone's footsteps. They gotta fill the hole in the void that their spot has made. Like, nah, bro, I'm not trying to fill nobody's void. I'm trying to stand out in my own way. If that so happens to then fill the void for somebody, or great, but like I'm trying to I'm trying to stretch things out. I'm not trying to fill voids. Because guess what? When you try to fill voids, you do exactly that. You fill voids. You meet the requirements, you fill it up, and then nobody feels bad or no one be like, man, I miss him. You know what? I'm not trying to fill nobody's void. I'm cool. I'm not trying to be lame. Lame people try to fill voids. Lame people change themselves to be that person that fills that void. That's why you got 1,000 content creators and they all look the same. They sound the same, and they lame as hell. Cause it's like that's not you. Be who you are. The reason why they lame is because like they're not genuine. Like they're not really speaking like they really would speak. Like if I met them in person, like I'll be like, and they on their off days, it'll be, oh man, thank God that I have the day off, and they'll be like, hey guys, what's going on? How you doing? It's like, what's that high octave? What's that voice? Who are you being? Like, I'm not saying that you have to look your best. Like, you don't want to look your best. Like, I want to look good, but I don't want to look my best. Like me, I don't want to make things like I just want to look however I look because that's what I look like at that day. If I don't look great, then like when you see me, you're not like disappointed. Like, oh man, you didn't look like what I expected you to look like. What happens? Like, bro, I just didn't get a cut today, or I'm sick today. No, you're never supposed to be sick. See, people are afraid of being perceived that they make themselves such a high standard that they can't be perceived as like anything other. Like they can't show the beauty of just like everything that they are. Like me, I was always taking pictures of myself like working out, shirtless, when I'm small and I'm bigger. That was cool. But like back then, I didn't realize like I was trying to make like the body transformation stuff, and if I kept taking the pictures, it'd been cool. Like I realized I didn't really want to categorize all that. I didn't want people to know, and I think realistically, it's nice to have a body transformation video. It's nice to see like the true transformation videos, but those take a real long time to see the actual ones, because most of the ones that I see, I feel like people be taking steroids or some PEDs or something else, and it's like hard to like really. They'd be like natural bodybuilding transformation. I'll be like, I don't see that as natural. Like, is it really natural? Or just people that are like the worst ones, by all means, are the ones that are like, I was 14 and now I'm 20. Dude, so you mean puberty? That's what I'm watching? Someone just go through puberty? Like what transformation? Like what the best transformations I like is like when you see like a slightly big dude, maybe like in their 40s, they work out and then they're still kind of a big dude, but they're like healthier and they just look happier. Not the ones that like drop until like like some just like naturally like look good or just like big or something. That's fine too. I like those too. Like there's not but just like people like honestly like doing something and changing, and it's like, oh, that's nice. It's like, and it's like that's it. Like that's like, hey man, that's nice, uplifting thing, and then people go like they don't have to like sit there and praise it. Like this is what a real body transformation. Like you're not trying to like downplay or push up. They're just like trying to like literally like sometimes a thumbs up is really just a positive thing. Like great, yeah. I'm happy for you. Great. And then we do something else, and it makes you feel a little bit better. It's like, I saw something nice. Yo, I don't have to explain it. I saw something nice. Hey, you saw Kyle? Yeah, he's losing weight. All right, pretty big. Yeah, he looking jacked. But people at his gym compliment him. Yeah, I seen you in the gym. I seen you been doing that work. Great. You know, it's the biggest compliment I have. Like when I sit there, grab a couple weights, lift something, I'm like, I would have struggled like 4 years with this. Now I'm doing this pretty light. Still pretty heavy though. I hear it, Bonnie Coleman getting my head. Been doing it so long, I can hear it. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. You know, I get to check myself out in the mirror sometimes, be like, the thing is right over there. You know, that's the beauty of like working out. You know, but honestly, there's getting back into the whole philosophy of the thing. I just get so bored. It's so boring. That's what most of this stuff is. It's boring. It's like really trying to amplify what a real boring situation is and then trying to make it sound better than it was. Like nostalgia bait. Be like, bro, these Call of Duty edits, and you're just watching like someone flick on somebody. It's like, it's cool, but like every time I see those, I'm like, how many of them are really fake? Like, how many games of Call of Duty have I played where I've had people actually have a mic on and then like really cuss me out? Like, even when I'm having like a great game, like flicking, hitting a knife, I don't hear people on the mics. I don't hear people on the hot mics. And like no one really says anything. Or maybe like a few occasional, like, but they're more in like their own worlds. The truth about things is like reality is often more disappointing. But maybe it's not disappointing. Maybe you just had too high of an expectation for what you were doing. And then you were expecting all this praise. You were expecting things to be like this because you've seen with a YouTube video of like very specific things presented to you, and it's like, now you expect that thing to be like that thing, the equivalent. And when you do get it, it's not as exciting. Like, I don't want to go into a Call of Duty lobby and hear slurs at me. Like, that's not a badge of honor. Like, I've been in a Call of Duty lobby. Like, you know how lame that was? It was like, I survived Call of Duty. Like, really? Like, honestly, if that's your bar, you know, so sometimes it's just like hearing everyone try to like really say this is the top tier pinnacle of like going through a bad day, and then you really break it down. Like, what was it that was bad? Like, heck, even sometimes I listen to the military, and I'm like, yeah, I see like military movies and stuff, but I say like when I'm watching like the soldiers, I always remember like they do have the latest and high tech of technology and stuff. Like, I get it's bad, but I'm like, as far as it goes, they're the best trained, they're the greatest. Like they're getting all the praise. Like they're gonna come home heroes, and then like I still have to like feel bad. Like I don't like. I don't know what else to like give. Like I don't know what else to do. Like I'm supposed to stand, cry, salute, not salute. I don't know. It's just like it makes me feel like if I'm not like kissing the ground that they're walking on, and I say any criticism, like I automatically anti-soldier or anti-military. It's like, and sometimes those military movies be overhyping things. They'd be like, dang, man, they're like, bullets be whizzing past their head. Pew, pew, pew. Like, do you understand how bullets go? Like, it's not like you can, it just hits and you just kind of fall. And it's not like, you know, you don't get, sometimes you don't even get moments with them. You just kind of like leave their bodies and it's like, it's cold and it's silent and it's like, you're freaking out and you don't get like some cinematic shot. Like I think that's and then some movies get hit with like the realism and then they get praised for their realism, but they act like they're exotic or like it was really difficult to make them realistic. Like in terms, I'm like, is it that hard to make them realistic, or is it just not coveted because like people want the artificial, like porn. You see the women with the oversized breast and the big lip filler lips, and it's like you see like man, this was like years in the making. Like people are overly freaked out, like over because like no way that someone well balanced would just find that instantly attractive. Like I'm not saying like you can't like be intrigued, but like is that your go-to? Like if you're like kind of like good with your romance and you like you know like when you actually sit there and break down what people think are beautiful, you see like there's this over flanderization because like it's not really spread out, like it's really condensed, like these real big like knots and blocks. Like that's what I see. Like most people, um, like the rich really amplify like big breasts, big ass, big lips, rich, long hair, and then like like big personality. But the most simple way to have a big personality is to have a bad attitude, to be loud. It's like that SpongeBob meme. People talk loud when they wanna act smart. Like, cause like whatever they're saying or doing, it's just like loud. It's obnoxious, and I'm saying that with the white counterpart. I'm not even talking about the black people. Like people are like instantly go there. It's like it's loud in the attractive features, but they never really say anything. Like I honestly, for the life of me, it took me a while to know Scarlett Johansson's like voice because it was like I can like it's like I really had to try to dig down because I'm like, do I remember her talking that often? Like, do I remember her actually like talking without like? What was most times where I'm just like I'm made to just like stare at her body? What thing has she said? Like the first time that I think I ever really heard Scarlett Johansson talk and like remembered it was like the Black Widow movie, and that was because like in comparison, when a movie is made with all women and just like modest clothes, it's like you kind of just see like wow, yeah, she a good actor. Um, and it's like the movie wasn't that great, but it was like yeah, it was good enough. Like you see like the over hinging on just like over sexualization. Like that's all. Like I'm glad that people don't like Gal Gadot or Gal Gadot or whatever her name is, because she can't act. Because like when I was first like I was there when people kept trying to produce like Wonder Woman and say like how great women power all this. And I was like, this movie kind of lame. I was like, but I didn't want to say nothing because like I felt like if I said anything I would be perceived as like a woman hater. Like I was like I don't want to do all that. That movie was lame. Like, her acting like. Like, to be honest with you, you can always tell weirdos. Like that's what I get at. Like that's my great thing. I can always see a weirdo because it's not that hard to like piece together. It's like um, you could tell like authentic, like real, recognize real, and it's just like why would you choose to pick this role? Why like some people act way too good in some stuff, and you could tell by their mannerisms, what they say, how they produce. They can't wait to like, we're all friends and we're all family here. It's like me. Listen, I got a lot of people that I like we have some cordial conversation. I don't be calling anybody my family. You'll never see me like I work with people for years. They ain't my family. Live with people for 4 years straight. I would not die for these people. Not in that way. I would die for them like if I had to protect their lives, sure. But that's not because we was family. Like if someone said, "Man, they gone," like I would tear up, I'd cry, I'd talk about some moments, and then I'd move on. Like within the year, like you'll see me laugh within the year. You're not gonna see me like with a picture of them. Like I still talk about them. It'll still hurt, but it's not gonna. Like family is a real tough thing because like family means that you go through a lot. Like you go through good moments, bad moments, weak moments. You could say whatever. Like family make it like you gotta be around them. Like they in your contract. Y'all family put if y'all really family. Let me see y'all wills. Did y'all put each other in y'all wills? Because that's the only people in my wills. Um, like I feel like there's a little too much credit where we can't just say cap. Like I feel like if I was interviewing people, I'd be like, it's cap. Come on, let's not do that. Got all this going on, talking about some family, smiling. I knew Ryan, whatever his name is, Ryan Wilson. I forgot. Like, the dude who played Deadpool. Knew he was a weirdo. Been knew. I think a lot of people knew. But I just didn't like Deadpool. Like, like you could always tell like the weirdos, people that like Star Wars, people that like Deadpool, they the same type of people. They weirdos. Like I don't hate Deadpool as a character. I just think that it's overhyped. Oh yeah, Harley Quinn, don't like. They're weirdos. They're weirdos. Let's be honest. Harley Quinn is a killer. Is a literal killer who had the ability, all the full resources, not to be the way that she was. Accepted to go with a serial killer who she knew was smart enough to recognize and got manipulated into killing massive amounts of people. And then when she said, "I'm done being gaslit," girl bossed her way into being a superhero. But the truth is that people just sexualize her. Women sexualize her, men sexualize her. So because she's sexy, she's good. If any man had done this, if any male character had, like, especially like, let's say Simon Baz, if that was Simon Baz's backstory, people would hate that, and they would be right to do so. If Simon Baz wasn't like he was quirky and he was cutesy and all of that, they would be like, ew. Some people might actually like the character. Ironically, they would be like, there's some people that would be like, haha, it's a character that's not traditionally normal to do that. I do like these characteristics, but not everyone. They wouldn't allow Simon Baz to do that. It would only be fun to point it out or poke fun at it now. And I'm talking about originally, not talking about like to parody, because parodies are fun. That's why people parody. But like, if it was done then, Simon Baz did that, everyone would hate that character. They would be like, oh man, Simon Baz, someone touched his ass and then he sliced off, their arm and then killed them, and it's okay. And it's like I said this many times. It's like, yeah, I don't like sexual assault. You're right, and I sure, like I'm not like happy that happened, but like it's hard for me to feel bad for someone who also in the same breath has killed children. When she those bombs out of her window, out of the window of the Joker mobile, or just spreading gas and probably killing asthmatic children and indiscriminately it doesn't it's not the same when you don't see it on screen. Like, wow, her murders are less severe. Like, I don't care. Like, like people want to have this moral high ground, but let's be real. People don't care about sexual assault for certain people. Like, if people did, no one would joke about prison rape. We have a guy literally called the Booty Warrior that is quoted. So it's like, don't project this moral high ground when it comes to like sexual assault, because like people are fully fine with black men being sexually assaulted in prison, or people just sexually assaulting people in general. It's acceptable in some cases, and I hope no one clips that and just takes it out of context. But it's like, that's how society goes. So when like Harley Quinn tries to play this moral, like, this morality card, I'm like, okay, when are you going to go to jail for what you did? Injustice literally is like one of those things where it's like no one talks about like how she gets to be a freedom fighter, and like I'm like, Superman should have got to kill you. Like, I'm making up for the millions of deaths that I caused for picking the wrong man. Did they not have the Geneva Convention? Did they, like, heck, at least they got executed. You dropped a nuke and you girl bossed your way out of death. White women privilege is something to be admired. That is something to be, watched. That's all I had to say on that one. Yeah, just everything that I see in those the show, like Deadpool sucked. Deadpool, Star Wars, all of it. Like, George Lucas is a racist, and like those that defend him, because like he made not only like he made a whole bunch of racist characters, and like he can write in other aspects, but his racism always comes out, and it's like people like let it slide because like, he hasn't said too much racist stuff. Like, there's a tolerance to racism. Jar Jar Binks is literally the most racist character. Is a caricature, and it's like we could say like, oh, he's hated and the fandom's hated, and they, you know what they did? They just like, oh, he's a secret Sith. I don't care what in the lore you try to make it. Like, you made a minstrel show in the lore. This is so bad. It's like, and it's so important to the story that it can't even be removed, and it shouldn't, because like it shows this is the mind of George Lucas. Like, I want that to be like, whenever someone's like, oh, he's a genius and he's good, I'd be like, the genius that made that put in a minstrel character, that put him in for what reason, for whatever reason, and was cool with that. Like, it was okay, and it's like, and then he got off. It just showed like, y'all tolerant to racism. Like, y'all, if you like the racist is gonna, he's gonna get a standing ovation. Deadpool is boring because it's like he breaks the fourth wall. I've spoken about that before. I don't want to go into it again, but he's like lame. It's like he's not like us. He's like, oh, so we're above it all. I'm going to say what people are too afraid to say. I'm gonna be gory and monsters and killing people and making it all fun. Like, I'm edgy. Like, Deadpool is like, he would be the, like, people that like Deadpool are the kids that you wouldn't want to hang out in school, that think that they're not popular because they think different. No, you're not popular because you're not actually cool. Like, you have nothing. If you removed how you felt about yourself, if you like washed with soap and just like brushed your teeth and wore clean clothes and actually talked to people, people wouldn't treat you as bad. But you want to be different so bad. You just want to be born natural with the charisma. You feel entitled to the to people's presence and praise, that you do it so bad that like people just don't want to be around you. It's obnoxious. Like you're smart, but you're not the smartest thing around. And it's like, but you want to act like you are. Deadpool is like, I'm above it all, and that's what makes him lame. It's like, this is the right answer. Being gory, doing what I want because I want to do it. I'm above the rules. Like that narcissism, like dang, and like that's all it played to. It's loser shit. All it is. What other character? Batman sucks because like the whole Bat family thing kept being like, again, it's like trendy, cool, popular. Oh, ha ha ha, like a big dad. This is like the most abusive family I've ever seen. Like if you say Bat family, first of all, Damian Wayne should, all the Robins should have a story where they get whooped by a grown man. I don't care how well trained you are. I've done Taekwondo when I was a kid. I guarantee you, even if I was a black belt, if I went against a 180-pound man, I'm gonna lose that fight. Like they keep trying to make it like, oh, the supervillains are strong but dumb, or they never learn, and it's like this overly cartoony, like where it misses a point. Like it tries to make it sound like the supervillains can hire henchmen and it's convenient, and then they don't do anything bad to these henchmen, and like they might recycle the henchmen, or like it doesn't talk about systemic issues. It just makes bad guy generic bad guy, and it just like moving past all of this to talk about the central point, when the central point is like, how do we stop crime? Like we're crime fighters. Are we really fighting crime or just fighting mega terrorists? Because that's what it sounds like. It's like, after I beat up the fodder, then I can go after the main bad guy. Like that, like you're not concerned about like a hiring network of goons that are willing to, do and harm the regular masses, and you're the only force that can stop them. That sounds like a terrible place to live. If comics are supposed to reflect my life, it's like, why can't I ever trust the police to handle anything? Like you just see like the police in comic books as like incompetent or just not there. They're like, we can't solve. Like you notice how like Commissioner Gordon every day calls on Batman, like, we can't solve this. Every day, like you need a vigilante group. Every day, the police, and the only time that they ever tried to address this, to my knowledge, and like they made James Gordon Batman, and they had to give him like a super suit, and I'm like, so they had to give this guy extreme technology in order to do this. So what was happening before Batman arrived? How bad was the city being run? And what was the point of having any police officers if only now that's what you're gonna get? Like I sit there and I go, what? Why would anyone ever live in that city? Like it sounds like everyone's held hostage. Like there's a barrier, and it just sounds like it's getting worse. And it doesn't sound like there's not gonna be any victory. Like, oh, now that Batman's here, like that sounds like the worst thing. Man, I hope they don't kill Batman anytime soon. We have to support him, because if we don't, we're gonna go back to our lives of just being dominated by the villain. I don't even know what they were doing before to get these names. And then like it sounds like in some of these stories, um, Batman comes to like the villains only come because Batman comes. So like what was the either life wasn't that bad or life wasn't that good. And if life wasn't that good, what are they fighting for? Because like is it just slightly better? Like now the cops are able to, you know, they beat up these people and now we get to take them to jail and then like never really explains how the court system works. Like Batman beats him up, can tie him up, and then like they arrest him because they were like, the jewel store has been broken into and Batman had hung these people up on a pole upside down and the blood of their heads are kind of leaking. We'll deal with that later. You know, we had to get a ladder to figure out how to get them down because it's like just cutting them, fall. Okay, well, worry about that later. What are we arresting them for? Well, obviously they had broken into the jewelry store and tried to steal jewelry. Okay, how much? Like how much did they try to steal? There's a federal level. Well, like are we sure they broke in, or are you sure that they just didn't like run from Batman and then just like get into a grocery store or just crash into the jewelry store? How do we know they actually stole that? Well, we'll just say that. So if they try to say, hey, yeah, I ran a red light, Batman started chasing me down, or I saw a car that was speeding that was also running red lights, started chasing me. We head into a jewelry store. We take all the jewel. He said that I took all the jewels, but there's no proof. There's no cameras. And like some other criminals were doing that, but Batman confused me for the criminals, tied me up with the criminals, and Batman won't reveal his name or say who he is to verify that he is a true, honest citizen, because like anyone could dress up in a bat costume and just say, I did these things, and tie someone up. In fact, how do you verify any of this? Everything that they say is admissible. And like whatever is smart, ingenious way that people try to like get around this, it kind of fails. It doesn't matter what you say. Like it never really says what the real rules are. Before, back in the day, it was easier to go with superhero books and comics because like before they were fighting a force that doesn't work with our laws and rules. They were absolute evil. It was like first like Nazis, and then like they were so simple. They're like, say we're gonna rob and kill people. Say mafiosos, shoot them down, and then it's like, Batman, thank you. This crime wave is over. Then they went to aliens and robots and demons and all of this and secret agents, and it was like great. Okay, we've done that. And then they made new and more exciting heroes, but what they failed is like they never let the other heroes like ever retire. And they're like, I want to see this person and this person and this person and this person and this. Like there's like they made so many different characters, and it's like so they're all in the same world, yeah, and they all interact with each other. It's like, okay, so why is there any problems? Is the world a better place? No. Why? Shut up. And it's like, okay, so now you have a world filled with like so many different heroes with so many powers that could quickly finish this, but like they have like debilitating issues where it's like Plastic Man, he can go the size of buildings, but he's a little, a bit of a klutz, he's silly willy guy. He's little silly, so he can't be held to seriousness. Now Batman, the only human with any sort of competence and willing to educate themselves to a high enough degree and do martial arts training that is also apparently immortal. He's the only other guy that you know, and he refuses to take powers because he would be successful in his thing. And no one talks about like his literal moral downfalls. They keep saying this, like deep down in his heart he's a good guy. Like, deep down, like you just gotta trust that he's gonna do the good. Like no one questions his mental illness, even though like they sit there and say maybe that's the issue. But every time like that's challenged, the writing proves like we were fools for questioning your ethics and morals and your mental health status, you know, because of just the years of trauma and abuse and not going to therapy and the drastic identity crisis. It'd be like we should just traumatize you more and allow you to have more child soldiers, you know, children. We should allow you to have more children to employ you to do terrible things and break the laws to stop other people from breaking the laws. You break worse laws because not only does your car have a literal rocket in it, but you can stop other speeders. Comics are for white people. Comics are, and then they always try to get a black guy, but they never really like give the black people any personality other than like they're sexy. Like that's the only other positive trait that black people get. Like, he's sexy, or he has muscles, and he clashes, and he can kind of clash, but it's never really said that he could beat the white heroes. It's just like you know, it's Green Lantern. John Stewart was my favorite, but like they gave him all the women, but like no personality. Like he was like, yeah, I'm tough and scruff and I'm smart and we need training and like I can be with the rest of them, but like no one really actually talks about this main thing. Hal Jordan, why is he a Green Lantern? Like, what is he got going on that's really that hard in his life? Like, if you ever ask yourself, man, my life is so hard. I'm in so much pain. Oh man, you know, at least I know that the willpower ring, the person, the standard of willpower was given to a pilot who just lost his dad, you know, when he was a kid, but literally became a pilot that's paid a lot of government money with health benefits and financial care, and is again a white man in America's history, born to a nation that would take care of him, and he never has to like he could get a job. But he almost crashed once, and he didn't want to do that, so he has the strongest will. Like, that's the standard to get a ring. Like, imagine you're in the mines of just literally being enslaved. Like, you're getting your back whipped in chattel slavery. Someone beating you. And you're like, I gotta keep going for my family. Alien ring, calm down. Please. Nah, see, it's not as hard as, you know, being a pilot. I had to, you know what the qualifications of being a pilot are? Like, and he's not just like any pilot. Like, he pilots like F-18s or like at least fighter jets. So he has to like have gone to college, gone to secondary education. Like, and what did he have? Like, oh man, you know, I didn't think I was gonna make it with that exam, you know. You know, dang, life is really that hard. Well, while I eat this food, you know, resources that I have, you know, pregnant single mother, you know, a child birth from sexual abuse. You know, like it's hard for me to really like feel feel good about the comics when I know like a person literally is having an easier time than Precious. Like the person that got the willpower ring had it easier than Precious from that movie. Precious, uh and if you've ever seen that movie, like to continue to live like that, that's willpower. Like heck, if you remove like any black person, like you don't even have to like use black people to be like, oh, like willpower. You, you would ask like, why aren't there any Jewish Green Lanterns? Like I would say like, hey, that shows some willpower. Like, oh no, and like I can't say that, but like the random white pilot, like, and then like the only Middle Eastern Green Lantern that was like it was like a terrorist, but like not a bad terrorist, but still a terrorist. And then they never talk about that again. And I'm like, where did he go? And they said, oh, two Green Lanterns at the same time, and then they just really just like, yeah, we just want to sexualize the Latina with anxiety, like, and then no one really talks about like why she became a Green Lantern. Like she was something else and then became a Green Lantern. Like she had the fear ring or something because she saw her friends die, and like like her PTSD is not brought up, and then she kind of like became generic. Like you could see how she's like brought into like the modern day, and it's like, dang, her PTSD didn't really show. Like if my friends die, like it doesn't even show. Like I get it in like the kids media, they don't want to tell these like dark stories, so they just kind of like make them all like 2D characters and just like good and happy. But I'm like, they don't really show like the grief or the they're just like, I had to earn this ring. Like you got to continue to earn this ring. Like they'd be like, yeah, I got to continue to earn this ring, and then never show them continuing to earn the ring. Like it works perfectly. It never like sputters. Okay, so, and then every other character just literally is just. I don't feel anything for Superman. Like no matter what he says as a good guy, like of course he's a good guy. Bullets don't affect him. I could walk down the street. I could walk down the streets of any like bad city, and like literally just fly away if I get too pressed, or like do something that would I could bench somebody. That doesn't make you good just because you don't have to deal with the problems. And he'd be like, but he's so sensitive. Like he feels bad about not feeling. And I'm gonna say, I liked John, Superman's son, but I can't lie. They when they just like tacked on the Red Robin, Tim Drake, and Superboy just being gay or bisexual, or just, and I felt like they, like it didn't feel like they were doing anything that was like great or fundamental to the character. Like I remember when they did that, and then they made Superboy like go to a Black Lives Matter protest or like a protest at all or something, and he was like, "I'm gonna stand with these people." I was like, Superman, if you don't do so it's like you agree with me, but you're not gonna do anything. Like crown him king of performative. That was the most like, nah, Superman, you're a white guy. You're a white guy, man. You officially you're a white human, because like that was the whitest thing that I've ever seen. I literally would just like if I saw that right there, I I would be like, you know what? Let me call up Lex Luthor right now, because like he has to be stopped. Like I would look at him, and I would just go, did you just did you just fly down and say, I'm not gonna do any physical thing to you. I'm just gonna stand here and like I'm like if you're not gonna do anything, Like the police are just gonna beat somebody on the other side, or like, are you gonna be there every day? Like, are you gonna physically be there every day, Superman? Like, you think Superman? If Superman was on my side, I don't think that there would be a protest. They'd be like, "Oh, Superman said, oh no, like someone that actually can hold me accountable, that actually can like stop me from breaking the law when I do it. That would actually put me in jail if I did that. Oh, let me not do that. Like Superman, you being there, and I want to be, I want to be in the world. No, I don't even want to be in the world, but like it sounds like wherever these writers' minds, if that's really what they think, if there wasn't any other intervention, their mind must be a nice place. Cause like if that was worse to me, and I feel like it's not given as much hate as the Black Thor, like when they made Miles Morales Thor, and they just like, welcome to Asgard, my hood. Asgard's my like by Odin's fate. I feel like it's not hated enough. Like I feel like I'm just too articulate a hater. Wonder Woman has not made a good comic in a while. Like maybe it's because I stopped watching it and reading it. Because like no matter how good it is, it's always just like oh okay, decent art, something interesting, but it always is just like something so like overly exaggerated, something so mystical, something so like Wonder Woman's like the worst comic book character I've ever seen, and it's because like it doesn't really tack on like she's not like made to be like bad. It's like that she's gonna be sexualized. It's like in the realm and reigns of whoever's writing it. It's like there's not really too much social critique. Like it's hard to like feel bad for a person that doesn't have identity. Like it's hard to like not sexualize someone that doesn't have any identity that's outside of being sexualized. Like it's like I'm woman and I shouldn't be sexualized. Okay, what do you stand for? Like truth and justice and very clear lines of distinction. Like if I see a kid almost about to get run over, I'm going to protect them. Okay, and it's like, and I'm not trying to like not present that she doesn't have good comic book writing or some history. Like I'm not the hugest comic book guy, um, but just like as a casual reader, half the time I'm just like, she, like when she's not in the most extreme of situations, like what would she do casually? Like what is something that like I would see, like, hey, Wonder Woman, like yeah, no, I'm Wonder Woman. Am I privy to your ways? Like, is she educating herself in some way? Is she like becoming a better superhero? Like, no, she just like comes, beats somebody up, and then leaves. Like Wonder Woman, you're not even from here. Like, why are you choosing to fight crime? Because my white man came here. Yeah. Like I don't know the law. I'm an ambassador, but I also can arrest people. Like I've never seen an ambassador come over anywhere and then beat up the people of another nation, and anyone been cool with that ever before. Actually, no, that's a lie, but I'm not gonna get into that. um, I'm just saying, why? What is she supposed to? It's ironic that Wonder Woman was played by Gal Gadot. I had to do it. I had to do it. No, but Wonder Woman just sucks. She just sucks. Like if I had to pick a character to like rewrite, it would be Wonder Woman. Everyone a part of Wonder Woman's like crew is like they suck. Like people keep trying to like put in Cassie Sandsmark has more personality and identity than Wonder Woman. And it's like it's I think it's just like for the few short flares that you can actually see someone of a semblance of an idea, rather than just allowing her to just like Wonder Woman needs her to actually have a face or like a bit of humor. I've never really heard like Wonder Woman like crack a joke or just like provide any commentary or just make a mistake or just be wrong or just be confused. Like she's just so smart and so strong and so pretty. It's like the finished idea, and that's like where I dislike. It's like she's woman. She's perfect idea of woman, and then like the only time like they have like a thing that really like that I ever saw the Justice League cartoon actually addressed this. It's like, oh, she's perfect and like she's always perfect. And then they had that one episode where it's like, I'm not perfect. I have flaws too. I could be wrong. And it's like something like really small and minute and minor. And then they're just like, okay, you're not perfect. And it's like, okay, maybe this shouldn't be a goal about not being perfect and just like kind of going into depth with like more things than just like small quirks. Like, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I eat chocolate late at night. I know it's bad for me. Like that's like it doesn't really address like, okay, all the good things that you still get and all the privilege and pretty privilege and position and status. Like, I get it, you're not perfect, but regardless, do you get to say all those things and be in those positions? Like, what are you actually doing to make other people feel better? Like, why do you feel like you're in a need? And it doesn't explore that. It doesn't go any deeper. That's my problem. Like, it's so shallow that it's like the only thing that I can do is just kind of go back to sexualizing her. Because at least in that way, I can fantasize her about like doing anything. Like the only time she's ever had character was when she was being sexualized or sexualizing someone else. I seen more personality in her holding a lasso around a black guy's neck in a sexual way. And the only reason why that was like it brought anything was because it was like, that's racist and sexual. And it was like, now these two things conflict. That was only like that was like the one of the premier Wonder Woman thoughts. That's like the first thing that pops into my head. It's like her being sexualized. Her being like, oh yeah, Wonder Woman's legs. Like, that's terrible. Like, if that is of the top three, Batman is terrible. And I know I talked about him with the children, but like, we really need to address a time where Batman goes to HR. Like, Batman needs to go to HR bad. He needs to go and like, how many villains has he had sex with? He needs to reveal that. Like, someone needs to have a meeting and be like, Batman. Listen, I know that you're always the top hero or whatever. How many of these supervillains have you had sex with? Because like, people are starting to ask questions. You having sex with people on the roof. That one can't even be justified. Like, I don't even know like what that needed to do. Like, y'all couldn't have got a hotel room. You guys couldn't have went into like an abandoned building or something. Like, y'all were just having sex on the roof. What crime did that stop? And it's like, don't even act like, hey, you know, I just had to do it. Like, it wasn't like just like once. It wasn't like a thing of just passion. Y'all been doing this frequently. The fact that it's like alluded to, it's more than once. Ooh, with that being said, I gotta go.